The Walt Disney Company is reportedly getting ready to end all of those streamers streaming Disney parks like Disneyland and Disney World to audiences that just want to be there instead of the cubicles or the homes in which they live. Today we'll tell you why this could be a big mistake by Disney, or is it a win? We'll explain the end of streamers coming soon. Folks, welcome back to TPP. It is the channel that brings you all the news that should be fun. And it's fun, sure, unless you're a streamer today because your livelihood is at risk. Red alert. And today we'll tell you what Disney is using as their excuse. Interesting opinions? You bet. We'll go through them. Click the like button, and here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at this. What do we got? Well, there's big time stuff happening at the Disney parks, and it's not good indeed. Influencers are getting kicked out, or at least cracked down upon, and here's what it says. Bianca Hayward out of the New York Post says Disney parks to crack down on influencer behavior after a disturbing, and I'm just going to insert here, dangerous incident, insiders say, that involved false calls with the police. The happiest place might get a lot less social. Disney insiders say the company is weighing a sweeping crackdown on influencer behavior in its theme parks, including monetized live streaming. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that all of these very successful people walking around with the cameras on the sticks are about to be gone? They can't have the sticks, right? You're telling me, though, that the park blogging, these people walking around the parks with the cameras, they're about to go away? This is a huge ecosystem and economy that's been built up around these influencers doing this, and it might be going away after a recent disturbing incident inside Disneyland that triggered a massive police response. The chaos unfolded in March when Anaheim police rushed to the park following a false emergency call tied to social media activity after what officials believe to be a swatting, a dangerous prank in which an individual makes a false emergency report of a pew-pew or a boom-boom sent to heavily armed police towards an unsuspecting target. You can see there the image from the news report that happened. All right, so if we go down here, it says authorities later confirmed the reports were hoaxes, with multiple incidents that night linked to influencers, some of whom were actively live streaming at the time. Now, the fallout could reshape how content creators operate inside the happiest place on earth. Disney is reportedly considering banning, or at least heavily restricting, live streaming at both Disneyland and Disney World. Culture, this is a huge deal because there are a lot of people making their entire livelihoods off of this. There are, dozens would not be the right way to say it, hundreds of channels out there whose job it is to walk around the parks, and they live stream from the parks. They get lots of viewers. I mean, we're talking about sometimes these people have thousands of viewers at a time watching them ride. They know they're not allowed to talk to the other guests, but this could all go away, and ostensibly because of the swatting thing. But I wonder if Disney's always wanted this to go away because it gives access to their parks. Like, if you can watch somebody ride the rides and do the stuff, maybe that causes some folks, especially in California, to decline going because they can just sit at work and watch it. And I wonder if this is just the moment Disney's been waiting for. What say you?
I think this is incredibly short-sighted. I think the attitude behind it is as well. I think what Disney is getting is free marketing they can't possibly pay for. And when you have all these people that are certainly shills, in my opinion, are just so positive and pumped all the time about the parks. And again, no shade on them or shade on anybody who just loves the parks that much. But there are people who share this. There are Disney adults or entire communities that follow these individuals. And I think that by taking that away, you're taking away an element of FOMO that I don't think that anybody possibly grasps. I mean, most people who are sitting at home watching these channels on YouTube and other platforms are planning their next Disney trip. I said Fisney, but their next Disney trip. And I'm sorry, if they do this, which I'm sure, as you mentioned, they're considering for many reasons, but if they do this, it's going to go poorly. And I think it's going to have a bigger impact than they could possibly imagine.
Nat, if they do this, why would the influencers, and I'm not taking a position here, but if they did this, if they ban live streaming from the parks, maybe from the resorts, maybe from downtown, or not downtown Disney, maybe from Disney Springs, now and downtown Disney, Nat, why wouldn't the influencers just go do the same thing at Universal and then become massive advertisers for Universal Studios parks.
True, and I do think it is short-sighted on Disney's part, because I myself got really interested in the parks and the park history and the people that used to go and walk around and show you what they're eating and etc. But I never planned to myself go to Disney, not least of all because I can't afford it. But in a way, there is something to be said about the influencers themselves, just in general, not just in Disney. I'm not talking to a specific crowd, but we've forgotten how to be human around each other sometimes because we care more about the content than the people around us. And I do think that is also a conversation that is important, that gets left behind when we can just blame one company for something that's happening. But similar things have happened in Universal and other parks, and just in general context, tourist spots, etc. And there is that balance between, well, if most of the people that are coming to the park are just there to film, then the few people that do go there, and I know the ratios are probably very different, but the few people that do go there to just enjoy the park stop being able to fully enjoy the park, or maybe they don't want to be on camera, or certain influencers, you don't want to be part of their content, or you don't want to be in the background, or I'm thinking of a specific influencer in Disney that used to do very specific things. I'm sure you all know who I'm thinking about. And filming in places where they're not supposed to film. So there is that very delicate balance between, yes, it is very convenient for Disney to be able to have this free marketing that would then just go to Universal and maybe help entice more people to also go to the parks. But at the same time, some of the influencers do have to think about others and others around them as well. It's not just made for them either.
Exactly. And Jonas, we've got some folks out there who are in the know, sending us some thoughts. I want to start with Ron of Follow the Bradley's Fun. He says, it would be difficult to get rid of vlogging, though. Can't really ban cell phones or cameras. So, Jonas, well, let me just follow that up with what Jay, Drunk 3PO, has to say. He says they are going to ban the type of live streaming equipment you use from a little birdie. Now, they've already banned the selfie sticks. If they ban the equipment for streaming, I can see how that would work. I wonder, will people still try to find a way around this where they just start streaming using only their camera? And then I don't know that this solves the swatting issue. What do you say? Jonas, you're muted. Jonas, you're still muted.
He stepped away.
Sorry.
Oh.
Had a little technical difficulty there, meaning somebody was knocking at my door. So.
Oh, sorry. I saw your little audio bars, and I thought, well, he's still trying to talk. And then Culture told me.
What do you want me to say?
Jonas, if they try to get rid of the streaming equipment, won't the streamers just switch to cell phones? It'll be poor quality, but I don't think it's going to stop.
Do use a lot of them do use phones. I don't know. I would actually. I know that streaming in the parks is something that people like to do. I wouldn't miss it if everybody stopped doing it at the same time. I generally like the footage there more. I think this is something that Disney was addicted to the gram for so long that it's good to see some pullback in the other direction.
What about the people, though, Jonas, whose livelihoods sort of depend on this, and they've moved to Florida, or they've moved to Anaheim just to do this business of walking around the parks? And there are people out there, their entire streams involve people either sending money to their Patreon or super chatting, asking them to go ride the ride for them or go meet a character for them. And people are living through vicariously from their cubicle. They're living through these folks to have them go be at Disney while they cannot be. You can't taste the Dole Whip. You can't smell the smells, but everything else, everything visually and audibly, people are getting to enjoy. What do you make of the people whose jobs will be cut by this?
The full-time streamers that are not using phones, which is not the ones I was talking about. Those are the ones that I don't know. I'm in kind of an anti-technology swing right now. So
here we go. Luddite Jonas, the phase is back.
I don't mind there being some kind of place out there where you don't have to worry about something getting live streamed. So if it was my job, I would be very against it. But also, doing live streaming on someone else's private property, that's
you want us to try to.
Sure.
How are they going
to? All the parks shut down because of the global medical situation. I figure people would have learned that you don't make your income dependent on something like this. I'm not saying that
How are they supposed to stream without the equipment, Jonas? You want them to stream using telegraph pigeons? What are you trying to do here?
I don't know. This is something that I don't get into live unless I specifically know the person. I don't get into live streams for the parks. So
okay.
I also think there could be a delicate balance between edited videos versus live streaming. Because, for example, what I used to watch Disney-wise or Universal-wise was all edited videos. It wasn't live in the moment. And I think that might give a bit of leeway to stay in the kind of the middle of both conversations we're having, I think, with nothing. Because Disney can't ban cameras. They can't say, oh, you're a family, you're here for a vacation, please don't take any photos or videos. That's insane. But there's also the fact that on a live, you can't really blur faces or control, or there's children around, et cetera, et cetera. So I think there could be something done there, but I'm not sure what.
But you have no expectation of privacy in public in the United States.
Of course.
So
it doesn't mean we shouldn't want one, though.
Well, I'm sorry. Then you're going to have to go to every parking garage, library, grocery store, pretty much everywhere in the world to solicit for that, and it isn't going to happen. We are in a position where everybody's on film all day long, whether they want to be or not. So it's anywhere you go, whether it be the fast food line at the drive-through or in line at the grocery store. You go to Walmart, you have 11 billion cameras on you at any one point in time. Not only that, there's a camera on the register watching you and what you're purchasing. So. Look, we are not a high trust society anymore, which is a bigger problem that we could talk about as far as culturally and socially. But you have no expectation of privacy as much as you would like one when you're in public, and that's why you can film the police when they're behaving badly as well.
Let me throw this to you, Culture, and you tell me what you think about it. One of the things that I wonder, because it is in Disney's interest to have some of this going on, it's free advertising, right? I wonder, will Disney open up some sort of system where you can pay Disney and they will give you a license to come in or a special ticket to come in, a special press pass to come in, and then you can continue to stream, but you pay a huge premium because this is money that Disney wants in on. I'll bet you. Why would Disney not want to say, oh, you're making, all this cash off of us? Now, I'm not suggesting they do this. I don't like the idea. But why would Disney not, given how they act, why would they not say, we want a cut of that, so you're going to pay us to be able to stream inside our parks? It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So one, those people would be even more entitled than they theoretically are now. Jay's got the right idea here, though. Those Meta glasses will have live streaming soon, so how do you even stop that?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. And I've thought about getting those glasses myself, except for the fact that I don't want an AI on my person listening to everything I do. That being said,
a year ago that we were covering
for getting on a roller coaster and being able to safely record an entire roller coaster.
It was a year ago we were covering that Disney had patented these special glasses for going around the parks too. So who knows? Will they, you got to wear our glasses. You can't have those Meta glasses. I don't know. Culture, final word on it, buddy. I'll give it to you.
But it's worse than that now. It's did you see the recent patent by Apple, what they're going to do to the earbuds?
No, what are they doing?
They're going to put in something to read your thoughts into the earbuds while you're using AirPods.
Come on, Culture. Come on. No.
Right.
Culture, you've been listening to old Art Bell episodes again. What are you talking about? They're gonna mind read you using Apple earbuds.
It's not too far off. I mean, Sony's had technology to be able to read some level of brainwaves on you to change the difficulty of the game according to how excited or not excited you are by the game. This entire thing, and I reserve the right to change my opinion because this is all hot takes here from me. I long for the days where you didn't need a cell phone to go into the parks, where you could go in, you could take a couple of pictures or whatever and exit. I know that those days are long gone and that I'm just the person who is hanging on to nostalgia here in some level. But man, I wish that we could have a place where you can go and make your own memories. And as far as everyone else is concerned, you are completely forgotten.
Heck with that. Now I'm worried people are reading my brain waves at Disney World. I'm going to be like, the next time I walk by somebody who has a stinky issue or forgot their deodorant, I'm going to be careful what I think about. Then I'm going to think about, what am I thinking about? I'm going to think about, I shouldn't be thinking about the stuff I'm thinking about. Oh my, there's a whole new level of, I'm so scared.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.